So this is where the rubber meets the road right here. All right. I'm on page 4-18, and this is the actual math portion of calculating the cost of a bond. This is something that does not come natural. All right. So it, um, it's just, I talked to a lot of people who have seen these and I've gotten a lot of guidance about what you may see in the future. All right. Um, I'm trying to use some clever language there so that we don't break any rules. So here we go. We're on 4-18. At the top of page 4-18, it says the standard surety association rate for a Class B contract, general construction, is as follows. Now, look at the wording. Okay, they have first 100,000 is $25 per thousand. The next 400,000 is $15 per thousand, and the next 2 million is $10 per thousand. So you're going to need a pen and paper here, or a pencil, and your calculator. All right, you need to write some of this stuff down. I don't have anything to show you right now, but I want you to write some of this stuff down. Okay, so remember, think about this. It makes it the first thing that makes it a little bit tricky is it's per thousand. All right, so we have to, it's $25 per thousand, it's $15 per thousand, it's $10 per thousand, and so forth. So we've got to break it down. So if it's the first 100,000, we take 3 zeros off. That's how many thousands it is. So it's 100,000. So the first 100,000 of a contract bond would be 100 times 25, which would be $2,500. The next 400,000 would be 400,000. So it would be 400 times 15, which would be 6,000. And then the next 2 million would be, take off 3 zeros, 2,000 times 10, or 20,000. Now, I don't quite expect you to understand that at this point. Okay, I'm going to illustrate something to you, and hopefully you will understand what I'm talking about. So let us say that our bond was, okay, our Class B contract, okay, bond was $800,000. All right, so I'm going to walk you through this. What you have to do is you have to go step by step. Every time you get a bond question, you go to the first step first. All right. So we've got a bond. We have to calculate the price of a bond for $800,000. We go to the first step. The first 100,000 of that 800,000 is going to cost us $25 per thousand. So what is that? It's 100, because it's per thousand. 100 times 25 equals 2,500. That's going to cover the cost of the first 100,000 of that bond. All right. So we write that down off to the side, 2,500. Okay. Now that's not going to do our whole bond, obviously, because that's just the first 100,000. So let's go to the next step. Okay. We go to the next step. The next $400,000 of that $800,000 bond is going to cost us 15 per thousand. So what is that? Take off the 3 zeros of the 400,000. That's 400 times 15 equals $6,000. So write that off to the side with that 2,500. So our first 100,000 cost us 2,500. Our next 400,000 cost us $6,000. So we're up to $8,500 so far. But where are we? We have only covered the first 100 and the next 400,000. So we've only covered $500,000 of bond there. Okay. What's left in our $800,000 bond? Did you say 300,000? If you said 300,000, you were right. Okay. So we have an additional $300,000 that we have to calculate at that next step. So 300,000, take off 3 zeros, we get 300. 300 times 10 is $3,000. So that next $300,000 costs us 3,000. We put that over there with our 8,500, 2,500, 6,000 plus another 3,000 equals $11,500. For that $800,000 bond, it costs $11,500. Okay, did that make sense to you? I hope it did. If not, then go back to the beginning of the recording and listen to that again. Try to listen carefully and follow along. It is not a simple concept for us knuckle dragging contractors to be able to try to figure out. All right. So it's one step at a time. And this may not be the way you do it in the real world, but it doesn't matter how you do it in the real world. We got to do this way one day of our life. Hopefully, it's just one day of our life. Okay, real good.